Leprosy leads to the loss of sensation in hands and feet, so that at night the rats could come and nibble on the numb hand and feet of the patient.
If you Google leprosy in Pakistan, Ruth Pfau is the first and perhaps only name that comes up. That's because this German nun has spent more than half a century fighting the disease. Dr. Pfau arrived in Pakistan in 1960 as part of an educational Catholic congregation. She was on her way to India, but after seeing the condition of people living with leprosy in Karachi, she didn't have the heart to leave.
What I saw in McLeod Road, this was beyond what I could imagine.
What she saw was that leprosy patients had quarantined themselves into slums.
All those dirty water of Karachi was collecting over there, stinking to. McLeod Road was so rat infested, and they lived in the middle of all that with their ulcerated feet.
A volunteer group of sisters who had arrived before Dr. Pfau had already teamed up with patients to build a makeshift clinic out of wooden crates.
They didn't say it can't go on like that, or we have to change it. They just thought, now I have leprosy, so this is what my life will offer me, and that's all. It made me absolutely mad.
Dr. Pfau, who is now 87, converted her makeshift clinic on McLeod Road into a proper hospital and named it the Marie Adelaide Leprosy Centre. Patients came from all around Pakistan and even neighboring Afghanistan for free treatment and rehab. Leprosy in Pakistan was thought to be highly contagious at the time.
So this led to the conviction that it is a curse of God. This I met her. I'm sorry we don't have leprosy in Karachi. Well, I say, come with me. I show you. They said no. But something we are going to do, and then we did something.
It was clear to Dr. Pfau that patients would only come to the center in Karachi once their deformities could no longer be hidden, and this was often too late. So Dr. Pfau and her team traced the disease to its geographic roots, and they began to travel to the infected areas to try to treat patients in their early stages. Traveling to the patients meant braving all kinds of harsh working conditions, from avalanches in the hilly north to flash floods in Sindh, just to get medicine to those desperately in need.
We run behind the patient at any time, at day and night. Even on eat days, we went to them. I usually made it a point to come along with them, because people would just shoot when they see them outside on the street. But if there was an elderly lady with them, then they would think it over twice.
The center has since treated more than 50,000 patients and trained more than 1,000 paramedical workers. Early detection and a greater availability of treatment made the number of leprosy cases drop in Pakistan. And by 1996, the disease was no longer thought to be a public health risk in the country. The Marie Adelaide Centre still continues to look after hundreds of patients with lasting deformities and helps them transition back into society.
When I still was active, I tried to teach others. I tried to make my group who could take over for me, because it was clear that leprosy will still be a problem even after I'm no longer alive.
Leprosy was similarly controlled in the rest of the world by the year 2000, but the disease continues to spread among poor communities. There were 200,000 new cases reported across the world in 2015.
Until now, leprosy patients needed so urgently that somebody really was interested in them, loved them. So as long as there was still a leprosy patient who still had needs, it wasn't difficult for me to continue, and this situation goes on now. I wouldn't like to be known to be normal. I've never been normal. I don't think so.